everyone, this is Stephen KC Railpin here, and today I just received a package today. This is something that I received from eBay. It's actually, from what I heard, this is actually a used locomotive. So it's a locomotive that has been used before. So we're going to take a look and see what we got. So I'll show you guys. I have it. It was basically taped here, but I just opened it already. So I'm just going to open it out like this. And there it is inside. I'll show you guys. Get that out of the way. So it's basically just covered in here. It has bubble wrap, which is actually really good. I think bubble wrap is pretty nice. And it's right here. This is the used locomotive that I have. It's pretty nice, very decent shape. It looks pretty decent. It's a Athearn ready-to-roll Canadian Pacific AC4400. This is actually a locomotive I've been searching for a very long time, and I actually finally was able to find one off eBay. And it looks very decent. Doesn't look like there's any damage to it at all. It's just that when I first got this locomotive, it's the description. It said that this locomotive does not come in a box, so it just basically so they just had to use bubble wrap and such, and then put in something like this. So, anyways, so there it is. Since I think this locomotive has like a TCS decoder, which is, I think it's meant to be DC or DCC, so it's like a dual mode. I'm gonna be testing it out if this locomotive actually runs very well, runs really smooth around the layout. So this is gonna be the first Will It Run series, which is basically inspired by the YouTuber SMT Mainline. If you haven't checked his channel out, you should check his channel, because I've been pretty much a good fan of his channel, because he does lots of repairs on old vintage locomotives and such, and he has a pretty good collection of trains. So anyways, I'm gonna just do a test of this CP AC400, so it's not gonna be a product review. I'm just gonna do a test to see if it runs. So anyways, it's pretty nice. I'm glad it came with KD couplers and such, and I'll show you some detail around it. Very nice. Everything of this locomotive is nicely done. It's got Sinclair antenna. The bottom is nice. I'm glad the owner the seller did some pretty good work to the bottom of it. So anyways, I'm just gonna clear all this out, and then we're gonna begin the run to see if this locomotive actually runs perfectly fine. Okay, so now that I got the locomotive on the tracks, I'm gonna test it out. So here goes. So I tried to apply some track power. You can see it takes a little bit. So as you can see, it's going pretty fast. So, and I have the locomotive near 90, and for some reason it doesn't get track power when it goes in forward. So that's how it is when the train goes forward. So we're just gonna see how it runs at this position right now. So you can see it runs okay, but just needs a little bit more track power. So there it goes. Around the layout. So if I lower it like that, it just stops. So just spit on. So there it goes around. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Now I'm going to try to run it in reverse. It seems to have no problem with it when running in reverse, because I have it on a slow speed step. As you can see, I have it on 30, and it runs perfectly fine while reversing. So there it is. Yeah. So it actually runs perfectly fine. Like whenever I put out a low speed, it runs perfectly fine when reversing. But however, when it goes forward, it just won't pick up any track power until, you know, until if I put out a low speed. So that's basically how it is. So I'm gonna set the camera right here until it gets here. I'm gonna just do some tests with some on what it will do if I got some locomotives. So let me just pick up the speed. So now I'm gonna get some have it paired with a locomotive and see what happens. So I'm just gonna cut this video off and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so now I have it paired up with my Athearn Genesis ES44 AC, so we'll see what happens. As you see, I mean, it's pulling it pretty fine, but it's just that the wheels are not turning, as what I see. So, anyway, so I'm gonna have to stop and put the train back. Stop right here. Because if the wheels are not turning, then that means that could be that's not good. So I'm gonna have to bring it back and see what else I can do to make sure the wheels turn, even if I put it at like a low speed. So I'm gonna just end the video right here. Alright, so now I decided to take the CP AC400 under some maintenance. So what I did here, basically it came with this TCS Decoder, which every time I run it, the locomotive doesn't run properly. So whenever I try to run it, it just takes a while when I put up when I put up at high speed, and then it just runs when it's at 90, but doesn't go fast. So there it is. I just took out the DC quick plug motherboard. I removed it from my Santa Fe -9, which, as you know, this locomotive is still in storage. It's not in service, so this locomotive will be on hold. So what we're gonna do is this part, I'm gonna buy a new one and put that for my Santa Fe locomotive, and I'll also get a new motor for it as well. So hopefully I can get this locomotive running again in the future. So anyways, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the couplers back on both the CP and also the Santa Fe, and this locomotive will sit in the Santa Fe right here, which this locomotive will sit in storage for a while, and the TCS Decoder I'm going to probably keep sometime here. So I'm also going to try and lubricate the locomotive, because whenever it runs it makes some pretty weird noises. So I got my lubrication kit right here, so I'm going to just lubricate the locomotive, and once I get it done, I will definitely put the coupler boxes on, and then we're going to test it. So first I'm going to do is get the gear lubricant, which is right here, and I'm going to just lubricate it I believe you're supposed to lubricate somewhere right about here. So we'll get this side, and then the other side is right here. This is just basically how I do it. Oops, sorry. There's that. there. So I'm just gonna cut the video and then I'll get back to you guys. Alright, so after some maintenance I did off camera, so I apparently took off the TCS decoder, and now I placed the motherboard for DC ready locomotives, so let's see how this locomotive runs now. Alright, so I put it at that, and now it's running very nice. Oops, sorry, the locomotive's derailed. Sorry about that. Sorry, yeah, the locomotive just derailed there, so I'm going to test it one more time. Just gotta make sure the logo's completely on. So, and then there's the ATS sub I have. Let's test it one more time. Now reverse it. And it runs really nice. Very nice indeed. So, I'm actually glad about how it turned out. So now I'm going to pair it up with the Athearn Genesis. See how it runs. See, they run both great together. Yeah, there it is. It worked out pretty nice. So, absolutely really nice. So I found out that basically it wasn't able to run well because it had a TCS decoder in it. So, and the decoder didn't make the locomotive run smooth enough. So basically, I found the solution. Basically, I had to use the spare motherboard from one of my old Athearn locomotives that's currently not in service, and then just swap that out and put it in there, and then it runs really nice. So, anyways, was the solution. So now it runs perfectly fine, and it runs very well with my other locomotives, like it ran with the Athearn Genesis ES44. So, one more thing I'm going to do another test run of it, and see how it will handle when pulling a train. So I'm going to be putting it on the tanker train and see how that goes. So, alright, so now that I got the locomotive repaired and I lubricated the locomotive, and now it's on its first train, so let's see how it runs. So here it is. It runs very nice. It runs a lot better with the spare DCC quick plug on it, which came from the Standard A-9. So, yeah, it's really nice. It's running really nice. And here it is right here. Here it is. So it looks like it runs very nice with also with the DPU at the end. So the 2 locomotives at the front and then the DPU. So there it is. You can see, I'll give you a closer look of it. Absolutely very nice. Absolutely. So it's going to run around here. Let me just zoom up a little. Alright, I'm going to set the camera down right here. And then we'll stop the train right here. Once it gets to the crossing. And there it is. So I'll just stop the train right here, and yeah. So anyways, that's probably going to conclude the Will It Run video. So this is actually the first time I did a Will It Run series, which is really nice. I was inspired by SMT Mainline to do some maintenance and try to figure out how I can make the locomotive run smoother and match the speed steps with my other locomotives. So what I plan on doing is the Santa Fe -9, which is the right here. I'll be getting a new motherboard for it for our analog DC, as well as a new motor, so it'll run really nice. So anyways, I'm really glad I was able to do lots of repairs, such as, you know, taking out the TCS Decoder, and swapping it with a spare DCC analog motherboard. So I'll probably get a new one in the future, and I was able to run it, do some repairs, and was able to make the train run a little bit quieter. So anyways, I'm glad that it runs very nice and smooth now, and I'll be looking forward to seeing this locomotive in my operating sessions in the future. So anyways, that's going to conclude the Will It Run video. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.